Good morning, children. Today we will start a new lesson, the sentence. As we know that a group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence, but we will understand it with some examples. Let's see. Helen Keller was born in Alabama. Helen was a naughty girl. Every cloud has a silver lining. Most deaf people cannot talk. She died at the age of 88. You can see here that all the sentences given here are making complete sense. They are not incomplete, they are making complete sense, and that's why we may call them sentences. One more thing which you should notice here is in each sentence we are talking about something. Like in first one, Helen Keller was born in Alabama. We are talking about Helen Keller. It means Helen Keller is the subject of this sentence. And what we are talking about the subject means what we are talking about the Helen Keller is the predicate. Was born in Alabama is predicate. In second again, Helen was a naughty girl. Helen is a subject because we are talking about Helen. And what we are talking about Helen was a naughty girl. It means was a naughty girl is a predicate of this sentence. Again in third one, every cloud is a subject because we are talking about that. Has a silver lining is a predicate. In fourth one, most deaf people is a subject and cannot talk is a predicate. In fifth one, she is a subject and died at the age of 88 is predicate. It means children, in each sentence you can see here there are two parts, one subject and one predicate. Okay? In a sentence, we talk something about subject, and what we talk about the subject is called a predicate. Okay? Now let's see. Here you have to write subject of the above sentences, and here you have to write predicate of the above sentences, which we have discussed earlier. In this worksheet, children, there are some predicates given. You can see believes in truth and nonviolence, have blue blood, can turn its head in a complete circle, are very convenient, smells bad, hid in a bush, is one of the seven wonders of the modern world, don't always bite. All these are predicates. Okay? And what you have to do here, some subjects are given. You have to choose appropriate predicate and write in these blanks. Like this, barking dogs. You will write don't always bite. Okay? According to the subject, you can choose the predicate from the above given predicates, and then you have to write in the blanks to complete the meaning. Let's see other one. Underline the subject in the sentences given below. Whatever the reason, one should never lie. In this sentence, which word is subject? What do you think? One. Exactly. Second one, mustering courage, she attacked the witch. She is the subject. In third one, out came the sun after a heavy downpour. The sun is a subject. And in fourth, over the fields, the horse galloped. The horse is a subject. Okay, why they are subject? Because we are talking about these things in these sentences only. And we have discussed earlier that we talk about the subject in the sentences. And what we talk about the subject is called predicate. Sometimes subject is not the beginning of the sentence. In these sentences you can see it that these sentences don't begin with subject. It begins with other words like whatever the reason, mustering courage, out came over the fields. In these type of sentences you have to choose very carefully which word will be the subject. For that you have to see about which we are talking in these sentences. You can see in the box the subject does not always come in the beginning of a sentence. Okay, now let's see in worksheet 3 what is it. These are some sentences given from the lesson Sudha Chandran of Unit Achievers from your reader book, English reader book. A truck hit our bus. I had dreamed of becoming a great dancer. Their attitude had changed. I was in a state of shock. How did you react to this sudden blow? What were your feelings after the operation? Was the meeting with Dr. Shetty a turning point? Do you have a message for the readers? In these sentences, there are a basic difference. What is the difference? The difference of structure. You can see that in first four, they are statement, and in second four, they are questions. What you have to write here? Sentences in 1 make statements, what we have discussed, while those in 2 ask questions. Okay, children? And the sentences that make statements are called assertive sentence, and sentences that ask questions are called interrogative sentences. You can see here in the box. You can note down and learn it. In worksheet 4, you have to make some questions and give their answers. You can do it yourself for practice. More and more practice needed to be perfect in sentences. In worksheet 5, there are some informations given about Sir Michael. You can see here. And again you have to frame some questions like a detective. Suppose you are doing investigation on a case and you have to ask questions to solve it. You will take the given information and frame some questions here. All the questions will be from what, who, why, whom, where, when. Okay, children? And in worksheet 6, what is given? Some blurbs are given and some group of words you can see here. What you have to do? You have to frame the questions again according to the given answers. One is already given. It turns green is the answer. And what happens when we add blue to yellow? It is given add blue to yellow. You have to make questions. What happens when we add blue to yellow? It turns green. It is in India. Now we will choose the word from which we can frame question. Taj Mahal. Where is the Taj Mahal? Will be the question. It is in India. It turns hard. You can find here. It turns hard. When we boil, no, what happened when we boil an egg for 6 minutes? What happens when we boil an egg for 6 minutes? It turns hard. Okay, now like these sentences you will frame questions here. Worksheet 7, what you have to do? One thing I want to tell you here, that you can see that these questions are of different types. Is it made of wood? Can you eat it? Do you have it? Is it happiness? All these questions begins with auxiliary verb, and so we can give its answers in yes or no. Always remember one thing, that when question will begin with auxiliary verb and not with WH sound words, means what, where, when, why. If it starts with auxiliary verb, we will give its answer in yes and no. Okay, this is a type of activity. And what is the activity here? Let your partner think of something, anything he can think, and then ask question to find out what your partner has thought of. Okay, this is an interesting activity which you can play with your partner, with your siblings, with your friends, anyone else. Now in worksheet 8 children, till worksheet 7 we read about two types of sentences, assertive sentence and interrogative sentences. I want to recall you that assertive sentence are statements. Statements can be negative and affirmative both. They are called assertive sentences. And then second type we read interrogative sentences. Means when we ask questions, it is called interrogative. Means question sentences are called interrogative sentences. Now the third one we have to read, and this is imperative sentences. You can see here in three options of the first one. Give them to your friend to read. Burn them in the garden. Take them to the paper bank to be recycled. In all these sentences, subject is hidden and the subject is you. The hidden subject is you. Why? Because when the conversation is going on, it means there are two people, one who is speaking and one who is listening. Means second person is present here, so the subject will be you. Okay children? And these type of sentences will come in the category of imperative sentences. Imperative sentences, command sentences, request sentences, and advice, suggestions. All of these sentences will come in imperative sentences. And what you have to do here, actually, you like magazines and read 2 or 3 a week. What do you do with your old magazines? 2 suggestions are given and 1 you have to write yourself. This is given for example. Give them to your friend to read. Burn them in the garden. And you are writing that take them to the paper bank to be recycled. Second question is, you buy food at your local shop. How do you carry it home? Ask the shop for a cardboard box to carry it in. Ask the shop to deliver it. And third one, you will write that bring your own bag with you. Okay. Now in third one, only 2 options are given. Third option you have to write yourself. You have bought some smart new clothes. Sell them and buy more new clothes with the money. Give them to a charity organizations like the Red Cross or a charity home. And third one, from your side you have to write that give them to the poor. Okay, now rest of the sentences you will do yourself. To do more practice, always remember one thing: practice makes a man perfect. So practice more and more for the lessons of grammar. Now in worksheet 9, what you have to do, you have to rewrite these sentences with capital letter, full stop, comma or question marks. You all know that every sentence will begin with capital letter and ends with full stop or question mark or exclamation marks according to the sentence, and comma we will put in between of the sentence where it is needed to give a pause. Let's see. Mr. Das, M and D will be capital, went to the zoo with his parents, comma, children and wife, full stop. Who is knocking at my door? W will be capital and then at last question mark. This is a beautiful painting. T capital and at last full stop. Have you been to the park? H will be capital and at the last of the sentence it will be question mark. Charles Dickens, C and D will be capital because it is a name of a writer. Wrote the book David Copperfield. D and C will be capital because it is the name of the book, and then full stop. This passage you have to read, and in a similar way you have to insert capital letter, comma, full stop and question mark, which we have discussed in above sentences. You can do it. And let's see now worksheet 10. Exclamatory sentences we are talking about here. What is exclamatory sentences? In which we put exclamation mark, and exclamation mark we put to show the sudden feeling, to show anger, surprise, joy, danger, amusement, any sudden feeling. If you have to show in a sentence, through a sentence, you will put an exclamation mark. Like these sentences, how dare you, exclamation mark, look out, you are going to fall, exclamation, what a picturesque view, exclamation, you can't do that, exclamation. Okay children, and about exclamation mark which we have discussed here is already given in the box. If you want, you can note it down and learn it. Now here what you have to do, from given pictures you have to imagine what they are saying. Like one given as an example, I am the champion, he is saying, and you have to imagine what they are saying and write it down only in one sentence with exclamation mark. Worksheet 11. Again you have to put full stop, comma, question mark or exclamation marks, means punctuation marks. You have to write it down. This is very easy. You can do it easily. And if there is any problem, you can ask. Now let's do jumble sentences. This is very important, children. Many of you confused to do it. One is already given. I will start with B. What are the rules for its membership and its members? C number. Oh, aren't there too many rules? Question mark. D number. Is there anything more you would like to know? Is there anything more you would like to know? Question mark. E number. What is given, children, in E? Okay, let's see who solved first, you or me. In E number, it is given that members must not give or lend their cards to non-members. F number, members have to wear suitable clothing for every event. G number, if anyone wishes to join the club, she has to be supported by 2 members. Okay, we done it. Now a picture is given, children, and according to this picture you have to complete the dialogue. Words are also given according to the number. You have to complete the dialogue, and I think you are able to now complete it, because we have already finished the sentence, and you know that there are 4 kinds of sentences. First is assertive, second is interrogative, third is imperative, and fourth is exclamatory. Very good. And these 4 types of sentences are there. I think you all understood now very well. And if you like this video, subscribe it, like, comment on it, and share it with your friends. Thank you.